Meritards, we meet again. I've been gone for a bit. Sorry. I took a vacation for a while. I've been gone for like 2 weeks. It's been about 3 weeks since my last upload. My bad. Sorry. But the amount of support and comments and likes and subscribers that I've gotten from these like 4 videos that I've uploaded has been insane and incredible. And I do read all the comments and I do try to respond to most of them. I started this channel on a whim and I really did not expect to get I expected to get like 10 to 20 views a video. So the response has been wild. So thank you guys so much. This is crazy. And I'm sorry about my take on Perimeter in the last video. I know it was a while ago. I kind of shit on Perimeter really hard. My bad. I see now that people really like that map. Oops. All right, sorry. Perimeter is a good map. Perimeter is a good map. My bad. Anyway, today I kind of just wanted to talk about do sort of a little vibe check on Marathon. Like I said, I've been gone for a while, and I haven't played Marathon in a bit, about 2 weeks. I was out of town, and so while I was out there, I try to disconnect from stuff. My yearly vacation is a time for me to just sort of get away from the internet and get away from people, spend time with my family and whatnot. So, yeah, now that I'm back, though, what kind of the changes we've got are basically just Vault Breaker, and that's basically it. I think that's it. I think Vault Breaker was the only thing that changed since I've been gone. There's been some balance patches, some balancing stuff. Apparently, the Waster is a little bit better now, which is good. I do like the Waster. How are we feeling about Vault Breaker? I know I'm kind of late to this, but how's the vibe on Vault Breaker? Played about like 4 or 5 games of Vault Breaker, and honestly, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. I personally don't like it. I don't think it's super fun for me in terms of what I'm looking for in a extraction shooter. I understand a lot more like casual players are enjoying it, which is great. But I do think that the PvP is what makes Marathon fun, at least for me. I don't think that the UNSC is like an enemy designed to carry an entire game. They're a bit one-dimensional. I feel like they're suited more to be like fodder in between actual like PvP fights rather than an enemy engaging enough to be exciting to fight on its own. In my last video, I do talk about how I wish there was more enemy variety in Marathon as a whole. Fighting the same bots over and over again does kind of just get a little stale. I do think it's a great way to understand the vaults, though, which is good for me because I'm yet to take on the compiler. Mostly because my friends who play the game are like super casuals. But now that I know exactly how to take on vaults 1 through 6, it's nice. Just in case my friends decide to lock in one day and I can show them how to actually get to the compiler. Other than that, yeah, I played about 5 games, and I think I got out of it all I wanted to, really. I would like to grind for the goo gun, but honestly, it's just not engaging enough to make me want to run it game after game. Again, I think around like 4 to 5 games was fine. I got the point. I got the gist. I don't really want to play it anymore. I really think that whatever PvE mode Marathon adds in Season 3 needs to be significantly different than this. I think it needs to be some genuine thought put behind it, and it can't just be Marathon map but without other players. Because while yes, it makes the game extremely difficult, other players on the map is what makes the game fun for me. It's what gives it stakes. It's what makes it feel exciting. It's what makes the loot matter. And I think that can be said about most extraction shooters in general. So that's essentially my take on Vault Breaker. I don't think it's bad, but I also don't think it's necessarily what Marathon needed. I don't think it's the thing that is going to bring a bunch of players in. I also don't necessarily think it's a bad thing for Marathon. It's fine. And I feel like that's the general consensus among most. I think my overall feelings for Marathon as a whole has more or less stayed the same. The seasonal cycle has begun, and as per usual, I'm slowly losing interest a little bit in playing it every single day. Like I'm sure many other players also are. The amount of "I think I'm finally done" posts I've been seeing on Reddit really solidify the sentiment. We're at the most awkward stage of every season, which is like the moment in between the mid-season and the end of the season. where nothing very exciting is happening, but most of the players have already played the new content to death. I do wish they would have done something different for the mid-season update other than Vault Breaker, or in addition to Vault Breaker. As someone who fell in love with the formula of Marathon as it is, having pretty lackluster PvE mode really kind of took the wind out of my sails for this season. And I don't know if I'm going to be playing much for the rest of Season 2. I think they could have also maybe added a new gun or maybe a new POI to an existing map. That could have been enough to keep me interested for the last couple months of Season 2. But right now, there really is nothing much. At least last mid-season update, they added the Rocketeer, additional rewards to the Battle Pass, the carry system, new chip mod attachments, stuff that actually kept me interested. And I understand that Vault Breaker was just Bungie sort of throwing something at the wall to see if it stuck with players. But if they didn't release Vault Breaker, what would they have released for the mid-season update? Just a balance patch? I'm really hoping there's significant content in Season 3. I understand a lot of game Season 2s are usually just a continuation of launch, and a lot of the time, it takes time for a live service game to find its footing, but with the dire situation the Marathon is in right now, whatever content Bungie has in the pipeline needs to be expedited for Season 3, especially considering the fact that I do think that the game kind of launched a little bit devoid of content. I think that the game sort of just came out with like 4 maps, technically 3 maps, and was sort of just, I don't know. I don't know. I personally, this maybe is going to turn into a rant. I hope it doesn't. But the game did come out very devoid of launch, or very devoid of content. Very light on just like things to do other than the extraction. And I understand it wasn't designed to be this huge Destiny-like game, but they did kill Destiny for it. Sort of, not really. I don't want to say that. Addendum here. No, I don't think that they killed Destiny 2 for Marathon. I think that they were going to kill Destiny 2 anyway, no matter what, really. So, and you know, everybody's blaming Marathon players for Destiny 2 dying. I don't think that's fair. Sorry, I enjoy Marathon, and Destiny 2 went on for so long that I completely lost interest in it after a while. So, going into the idea of the don't over-deliver talk that Justin Truman did back in 2022, where he talks about essentially how you don't want to over-deliver for games. It's much better to release a game sort of in like a least viable spot and then quickly update it after that. It feels like Marathon definitely had the least viable product part of that down, but they didn't really have down the whole released fast updates part of it down. So it feels like we're sort of stuck in a spot where we have a least viable product, but no quick updates that are supposed to come with that. And for Season 3, if all we get is just another night map or the equivalent change and a new runner and maybe like a new gun, I don't know how much longer this game is going to hold the player base it has now. I am an idiot, and I don't know anything about game development at all. But Bungie has around, we'll say 300 employees working on the game. And with 300 people dedicated 40 hours a week to working on a game that objectively was lacking significant content on launch and felt very much like a minimum viable product, even with the 6-month delay, it is kind of baffling to me that they aren't constantly adding new significant content to the game every couple of months. And there's still constant bugs and glitches and constant things breaking after every single update. A couple weeks ago, it was the gold circuit breaker. Yeah, you apparently could not take a gold circuit breaker anywhere or take the mod, even if you found it. I know this has kind of devolved into a bit of a rant, but I really was hoping for Vault Breaker was going to be something somewhat engaging and fun for the general player base. And the general sentiment of the community, and even people coming back who haven't played since launch, was sort of just a resounding meh. And we are at the point where Bungie cannot afford to release meh content, especially content that has been hyped up for months by Bungie themselves. I can definitely see this game making a comeback eventually after quality updates, fun, quality content, consistent releases of new, fun, engaging stuff. I could 100% see this game making a Rainbow Six Siege, No Man's Sky level comeback. But things like this most recent update just isn't going to do that. I still love the game. I'm still going to return for every update and play it every week. And that's where my frustration comes from. I want more people to play this game. I want to recommend this to all my friends and say, dude, Marathon is so good. Go buy it now. But at this point, I honestly can't in good faith recommend this game to friends. Until the onboarding is significantly improved, there's significant content added, there's a proven track record that Bungie is going to support this game for the long haul, I won't really recommend this game to anybody without all those stipulations. I recently started a new job, and like everybody I work with is a gamer. Nobody plays Marathon, but whenever people ask me like, what am I playing now? I tell them I'm playing Marathon, and they're like, oh, is it good? And I'm like, yeah, it's really, really good. And they're like, oh, should I buy it? And I usually say like, maybe, I don't know, mostly because like I don't know. I don't know if Bungie really has like their back into it. I don't know if Bungie's really actually going to support this game for the long haul. So I don't want to tell people, yeah, drop $40 on it, and you know, it's going to be impossible to find a match because the queue times take long. The game's going to shut down in like another 4 months. You know, I don't know what to tell people. Like, I kind of just tell people, like, in all honesty, should you get it? Sure. But I can't promise it's going to be around for a long time, you know. So anyway, sorry this video is a bit more of a doom and gloom sort of vibe. Sorry about that. But I think we're at the point in the season where things just feel stale. And we're all just sort of waiting for something to happen. So I can't keep running Outpost and going in the red room for mid-loot all week. So anyway, what about y'all though? Like, how are y'all feeling about Marathon? What's the vibe? Am I being a doomer? I really don't want to be. I'm really not trying to be. I usually have a positive outlook on things, and I still do. And as I said earlier, I feel like this game can make a comeback, but the current state is just so stale. But anyway, what's the vibe? I'm genuinely curious as to what the community thinks as well as a whole. As I said earlier, I've been seeing a lot on Reddit posts of people saying that they're like finally done. And that's not on the Marathon Hate subreddit. That's like on the normal Marathon subreddit. People have just been posting like, yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm finally just at a point where I don't really want to play anymore. Personally, I've been playing a lot of like Battlefield 6. I recently got back into Marvel Rivals a little bit. So I have been playing other games. I am excited for Modern Warfare 4. In all honesty, whenever Modern Warfare 4 comes out, if Marathon doesn't release like actual like crazy updates by then, I think I'm mostly just going to be playing Modern Warfare 4. I'll still jump into Marathon, obviously, every now and then. I love it. I do love it. It is my game of the year this year. It's my favorite game released in the last couple years. But anyway, Maritards, runners, we will be back eventually. Maybe. I hope so. Who knows? Who knows what's going on with Bungie? But anyway, thank you guys for listening to me ramble about my favorite game. I hope you guys... I'll be coming out with a better video eventually. This really was just sort of a ramble video. This was bad. Sorry. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Be cool. I love you all. Bye.